All right, welcome back to another tip for Tuesday, everybody. I got Randy with me here again today, and we are excited to tackle this kind of topic today because it's something that's always interesting and things like that. But we talk about it all the time about how important your reputation is as a wholesaler, as a real estate investor, just in the communities you're working in. No matter what it is, your reputation is everything. And I got a little phrase that I'm kind of famous for saying around Indianapolis with our buyers, with our sellers, just everything that come around with our reputation. And I like to always say this is it's really easy for us to sell you a property. That's not hard. I think a lot of people do that. I don't want to sell you just one property. I want to make sure I want to sell you whatever your goal is. If that's 10 properties, if that's 20 properties, if it's 100, if it's two, I don't care what it is. I don't want to sell you just that one property. I want to sell you whatever your goal is. We want to help you get there as a company, as individuals, whatever it is. So I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit. Just because a couple of weeks ago, they heard me say that, and then I kind of dug into that a little bit and wanted to know what that really meant to us because that stood out to them. So I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit on basically what it boils down to. Like I said, it's really easy to sell somebody one property. It's really easy to find somebody that's looking for, a 3-bed, 1-bath, certain price range, certain area, to talk them into be like, oh man, this is the one you want. This is the one you're going to go after. Here's what it is. The ARV is this. The estimate on the rehab is this. It's real easy to figure out those numbers and kind of talk somebody into one thing. If you're a good salesman, you can do that. So, but like I said, I don't want them to just buy that one property and be frustrated with it and then never come back to Randy again or come back to Simple again. What I want is them to buy that property, be really happy with it, be excited about the numbers. Things are going to go wrong. Sometimes the estimates are going to be off. Sometimes things are going to happen. But as long as you're open and honest and with that communication and just kind of being able to communicate with them and like reach back out to them like, hey, how's everything going for it? Did you is it going all right? Is there anything we could have done differently? Is there something I can help you out with next? All those types of things, because that's it. I don't want to just sell them that one property. I want to sell them multiple properties. And Randy, you've kind of adopted that philosophy. That's kind of our philosophy as a company of, hey, let's not worry about this one deal with this person. Let's get this one deal and then make sure that's right for them so we can continue working together. Or then there's sometimes too, there's that one person like, that deal, I don't know if we really want to, that maybe their philosophy doesn't work with ours. Maybe is that somebody that we really want to be associated with and stuff. But look, what does that mean to you when you kind of the first time, I think I remember the meeting, the first time you heard me say it, you kind of gave me a glance and kind of looked at me and stuff. But so what does that kind of mean to you of just like now that you know what that means as a company of where we stand in things of our reputation and not selling somebody just one property, but whatever their goal is.
Yeah. Well, I looked at you like that because that's basically like it's part of my pitch, and someone gets to know me first. It's like, hey, like what can you do for me? I'll explain that. But you kind of like, when I heard you say it the first time, you summed it up in one line. I'm like, oh, that's all I need to say. Because that's what I've been trying to say for the past 10 minutes. But no, I love that. I've adopted that to, I say that whenever I meet a new buyer as well. But, for me, a perfect example, there was a particular buyer last year where it took me a while to do our first deal together with. And I initially found them a property that it worked, finally looked good on paper, and the numbers were fine. We went under contract, and he sent his contractor through, and everything that I had was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It probably ended up being a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So that could have gone one of two ways. We could have said, all right, he could have said, you know what, the deals will work because it doesn't comp out as a 3-bedroom now. You got to use a different, the ARV is lower, so the numbers just were a little off. I either just stick to my price and say, all right, go kick rocks. We had an agreement and he would just leave. Or what I did was, hey, I'm trying to build this relationship here. My bad. Let me adjust this price for you as a 2-1 and we can move forward. And that's what we did. And we still, I think we still made, I don't know, 6,000-7,000, that average profit. But it allowed that buyer to be satisfied moving forward and knowing that, hey, if I work with Randy from here on out, I'm pretty confident he's going to be transparent with me and, work with me as much as possible. And, that relationship has, only gotten stronger from here. Another part of, kind of working that way is, like for us, like we've got so many buyers on our list. So I just tell them like every time, hey, you're going to see email blast comes out, and it's because it's going to be on the list. But Don't think that's me just saying, hey, I think you should buy this property. I'm going to reach out to you. I've got a, you're kind of on my list. I'm going to reach out to you whenever I see a property come through and say, hey, that email I just sent out, you should go take a look at that because it kind of checks the boxes of what you're looking to do. And I think the numbers work. So it's just kind of taking that extra step to say, hey, that I just sent this out. This looks exactly like you want to do. And it's going to, I guess, kind of put in their head that, hey, this is, he's reassuring me this is a good deal for us to buy. And again, it's just having their best interest at heart.
Yeah. I know one of the things I like to do when I talk to buyers, I just like to know what their past experience is with other wholesalers. Number one, have they bought from a wholesaler before? What was their experience? Do they have any, positives, negatives? And I don't want to know any names. I don't want to know who they bought from or, what the deal was or anything like that. I just want to know kind of what the good things were about that and what the negative things were about that. So that way we can grow. We can kind of figure that out. Maybe somebody else is doing something that we're not. Or maybe something is doing something like we shouldn't be doing or would never do or anything like that. I want to know that stuff. So those are things that are important. Like I said, I don't want the dirt. I don't care about any of that stuff. We're going to do our thing. We are who we are, but I want to know how we can improve and stuff too. And I always want to know kind of what their experience is, whether it's a, good experience, bad experience, or it was a, okay experience. They were okay with it. Maybe there's something that we can grow on that though and stuff like that too. That's also another thing of when that deal does go through, always follow up to make sure things are okay, sure things are all right. Is there anything we could have done differently? I think that goes a really long way. Sometimes it's tough to always remember to get that in there, but when you can, always a positive thing. So awesome stuff. So other than that, let us know. We can come back. We'll be back next month with another round of Tip for Tuesdays. With that, it's a wrap for this one, and we'll see you back later.